Hello, everybody out there. Chris here. Hope everyone's having a great week so far. I know here in Kentucky, we have had a lot of hot weather this summer, and this is supposed to be our last hot day. So, after playing, watching, coaching a lot of Little League Baseball, I know I can say we're pretty excited about tomorrow and what the weather's bringing. So, I hope things are going well for you. I hope they're going better than they're going for Topps right now. If you haven't heard, Topps dropped 2022 Topps Chrome this past week and semi-advertised some short-printed rookies, some big ones, particularly Julio Rodriguez. And all these people have received their shipments. They've opened up all their hobby boxes, and lo and behold, there have been no short-printed rookies to be found. Topps admitted their error, which is crazy. It's a lot of upset people in the hobby, understandable. Those short printed rookies are a big factor in what's driving the prices, particularly in the secondary market of 2022 Topps Chrome. So I'd be upset too. I bought some retail. I didn't even go to stores because I knew it was going to fly off the shelves there. I kind of cheated a little bit. I went to Target.com, bought 3 blaster packs or boxes, free shipping. And so I'll open one now, probably on this channel. I'll save one for way down the road and open it, and then I'll save one for, my kids can do whatever, sell it in an auction when I'm gone. But so a little bit of disappointment there. And to celebrate that disappointment, I'm going to show some cards and open a box of Topps Chrome 2022 Platinum. So hope everyone has a great rest of the day and rest of the week. Show off some things here and hope you enjoy. All right, so we're going to start with a Hall of Famer. This is a 1981 Bert Blyleven. Love the autograph, big, bold. Love the card. Like obviously the yellow and black, obviously that depict the Pirates. That hat right there is epic. So had to send that card. Working on his full player era run from Topps. He signs $20 a card through the mail. And so I usually send 2 cards at a time. And this was one of the ones I picked. The other one is right here. It's the 1993 Topps Bert Blyleven. Now, the reason I picked this particular card, twofold. One, it's his last player era card. And so I try to get everybody's first Topps card and last Topps card. And then I try to, from there, the way I fill in is I just pick up the ones I like the most. And maybe the ones that are the hardest to find or high number, things of that nature. But for this one, I like that. It's his last player era card. And the second reason is I really like it is because it's it's a horizontal card, and instead of the vertical card. And you can kind of see if I hold them on top of each other. And it's a little difficult because there's this darkness, around him. But his signature on the bottom card is elongated. It's a little more separation between first and last name. And typically, like any card I send, if you just want 1 or 2 autographs from a particular ball player, whether it's Hall of Famer or not, I would send, if they have one, a horizontal card. Just free advice from someone who does this through the mail a lot. Signature is just a lot better. But nevertheless, Mr. Blyleven, I have also picked up a 1988 Topps. This one I actually purchased on eBay. So it's personalized. It's sent to Chris, which is also my name. I would say there's not a big market for Chris's collecting 1988 Topps signed Bert Blyleven cards. So needless to say, I was pretty fortunate. I made an offer that the seller, I guess, couldn't refuse if he actually wanted to sell the product. I've noticed it's actually been online on eBay it's probably been on my watch list for 18 months, I would say. But finally pulled the trigger on it, real big expenditure there. I think it was $7 or something along those lines. But added it. I like the fact that even though it wasn't sent to me, not only is it part of his player run, but it's got my name on it. That's kind of cool, even though, like I said, he didn't send it to me. Maybe he did, and many years ago. Maybe he's just good at telling the future. I don't know. This is a 1997 Topps Wade Boggs. He's running the bases, with all that Hall of Fame grit. Beautiful, bold signature. Just most of his signatures I've noticed always go in a vertical direction, bottom to top, left to right. The fact that he's on the Yankees here. 1997 Topps is not really one of my favorite The borders are kind of an ode to almost 1962 Topps, but to some extent, maybe has some of that 1987-ish feel, but kind of difficult to read at the bottom. Nevertheless, good looking signature. And if you want to collect an entire player run, sometimes you got to get years of Topps you don't particularly prefer. Next one is Rod Carew, Hall of Famer Rod Carew. He is a tremendous hitter, was a tremendous hitter. His signature isn't what it used to be. So this is a recent signature. I purchased this from Mill Creek Sports, which is based up in Seattle. They do some private signings, and they had Carew in for a private signing, so they signed quite a bit of product. You can purchase it. I think they have an eBay store, but I think it's a little bit cheaper from Mill Creek Sports online. Nevertheless, even though his signature is not what it used to be, I like the fact that he still held this piece of cardboard and he still signed it. This is a piece of cardboard that somebody pulled out of a pack, most likely in the 1983 era. So, love the card, everything about it. It's an iconic year for Topps, and now it's got Rod Carew's autograph on it, as does this 1985 Topps card. Of course, I love 85 Topps as well. I love this card. I love the scowl on his face. I love that he's getting ready. He's going on deck. He's staring the pitcher down. Whatever he's doing looks pretty cool. I like where he signed it on this particular card. So again, this is certainly a recent signature for Rod Carew, but nevertheless, it is his signature. So next one is a guy who's signed through the mail. Was signing $10 through the mail, so I picked up several of his cards through the mail at $10 a piece. He's now asking or requesting $20 per card through the mail. So it was good for a little while, just doubled in price, but that's still well worth getting a Hall of Fame autograph on a card. $20 is a steal. So Mr. Cepeda is donating all his proceeds to animal shelters in the California area, so happy to help. This is his 1961 Topps, so this is his second year card. And of course, it's a good looking card. It's got a great signature. Cannot be upset with that. So I'm really pleased to add that to the collection. Here is, speaking of last Topps cards, this is Steve Carlton's last base Topps card. This is 1987. It shows him as a member of the Chicago White Sox. How would you like, this is totally cool, this is totally 80s. These guys right here in the front, like how would you like to be on a baseball card? That'd be kind of cool. But of course, Steve Carlton has a 1987 Topps traded card. Shows him as a member of the Cleveland Indians. I think I've shown that when I got that some time ago. I've actually had it slabbed by PSA, so got that last year. There's also like a mini box card of Steve Carlton that shows him as a member of the San Francisco Giants. And for those of you who don't remember, he actually finished his career with the Twins, although he does not have a Topps card showing him as a member of the Twins. I think Score only, maybe Fleer. I think Fleer. This is a beautiful autograph, 1981 Topps, Andre Dawson. Love everything about it. Love the look on his face in the dugout. Obviously love the autograph. Love the Expos. Kind of miss that team and that logo and all that stuff. I've seen some Little League teams have brought it back, which is kind of cool. But beautiful card, tremendous ball player. Happy to add it. Speaking of good ball players, Dennis Eckersley signing. He's been taking $10 cash through the mail, going to his family foundation. He's announced that he's retiring from the broadcast booth, so I don't know if he'll continue to sign autographs or not. But this is a beautiful 1990 Topps. Love the card, everything about it. This is really the first year that I collected a full set, was 1990. So even though it's not the most clean card, it screams 1990s. But junk wax for sure, but made much, much better with that beautiful autograph that just explodes on that card. So love everything about it. Got Mr. Fingers here with that iconic mustache, those iconic powder blues, that beautiful hat, that Milwaukee Brewers logo that is just so epically designed. It's got the mint with the M and the B. If you've never studied the old school Milwaukee Brewers logo, Google it. I can't remember when I first saw the M and the B, but when I did, it's a game changer. It's like seeing the arrow and the FedEx logo. So love this card. 1983 Topps was obviously an iconic year for Topps, but love the inset with him. Different hat, so it's like that's kind of cool. Didn't even think about that. They didn't have a whole lot of different kind of hats back in the 80s. There weren't a whole lot of different uniform combinations. Certainly not as much as they have these days. But love the mustache. Love everything about it. Tremendous relief pitcher. I sent him 2. That was his 83 Topps. That was his 1982 Topps. One of the things that I like about this, other than the fact that it looks like, he just got out of bed, is, for one, the jackets. I mean, those are sweet jackets. Sweet, like the state of Wisconsin logo over here with a big M on it. Love the logo. But I love, in this 1982, they have the facsimile signatures. Can't say it right. It's a tough word. And I love that his autograph is very similar. I mean, almost identical to what it used to be. So very cool. You don't see that very often. At least I don't see it very often in the cards I send. And these cards with a signature already on them, they're kind of my least favorite cards to collect. So that's just, I don't know. I don't like the facilities. I can't even say it. I'm not even going to say it. I don't like the pretend signature on there. Not as much, at least. Goose Gossage, 1976 Topps. Beautiful looking card. A lot of people are like, what's the red doing there? Red Sox were experimenting a little bit back in the day. So that would have been the 75 season. But interesting look for sure. One that certainly did not stick around. But Goose signs 1 card through the mail. It takes them 6-8 weeks. These guys got a life outside of signing cards for us. So I certainly respect the fact that it's always exciting to get a mailing back from Colorado. I know it's from the Goose and has a beautiful autograph on it. So this is a tremendous card and happy to add it to the collection. Got Mr. Herzog, who's still going at it. Sprightly 90s these days. He has a beautiful autograph, still living in St. Louis. This is his 1988 Topps. Charges $5 per card through the mail. I sent him 2. This is also his 1983 Topps. So that was much closer in time to obviously some big things going on for the St. Louis Cardinals. You can see he's excited about that. Spring training picture there. Big old smile on his face. Usually has kind of like a dumbfounded look, like he's questioning a call, an umpire, or something like that. But always good to get a good signature. Speaking of Hall of Famers, we're going to keep it going with Fergie Jenkins. This was sent to a private signing. If you send to him, it's $40 per card. And you will usually see, if you send to him, he'll do a free Hall of Fame inscription. He actually charges less than that sometimes for private signings. This was a private signing where he was $30 a card. No inscription, but I didn't mind that. This is a tremendous looking card, 1970 Topps. And he just has a really classic signature. Very, very good looking signature. Again, nobody's forging Fergie Jenkins' signature on anything. He signed a lot for a long time through the mail. But this is his 1972 Topps. Again, just another iconic design for Topps. And love the signature. I sent this one to that same signing. Another guy who's signing through the mail, or signing again through the mail. There's about an 8-month hiatus, but Juan Marichal is signing through the mail. This is his 1966 Topps. You can always tell by that vertical team name going across the top there. And by vertical, I probably should have said diagonal. But the good-looking autograph, it's a little shaky these days. He's getting up there in age. But he's just a tremendous signer. He charges $20 per card through the mail. I sent him 2 because I've also got this 1964 Topps, which is just an iconic year. Love 1964 Topps. I love the Giants cards. The color on this card is the orange. It's just tremendous. Makes me think even of the Golden Gate Bridge, which is a different color orange, but it's just a cool looking card. and he picked the perfect place to sign it. So I'm sure he signed it a million times. He knows what looks best, and he took that time to do that for me, which I greatly appreciate. We've got a World Series hero, Bill Mazeroski, 1960 World Series hero. This is his 1970 Topps. Good looking card. I've seen this image used on several other Topps products over the years. In particular, I know it's the 2005 Topps retired signature cards. That's the card or the image they used. So love the card. You know, got a big chaw on his mouth. Looking like he's pretty excited to be playing that day. So tremendous glove, tremendous guy, signed through the mail, $10 a card still these days. Speaking of great signers through the mail, got Jim Rice, added his 1984 Topps. This is obviously a beautiful card, and he just did a tremendous job signing right across the perfect spot. Sweet spot of this particular card, I would say. And I sent him two. I also sent him 1987. So that's just an iconic year anyways. The wood grain border, and obviously, like I said, kind of a throwback to the 1962 Topps. And you kind of see the blend of those 2 years almost in 1997 Topps. But beautiful signature, very simple, very solid player, solid guy. Another guy, solid player, obviously solid glove, World Series hero, Brooks Robinson. So Brooks, you know, bats right-handed, signs left-handed, which is just fascinating to me because he threw right-handed also. The human vacuum cleaner, he is signing cards. He's old. A lot of these guys are. He's in his 80s, and he broke his arm. He broke his signing arm last year on a fall, and he really quit signing cards. And he's here lately. He's been signing some cards. Still not a guy you want to inundate. I've sent him this card by itself, and when I got it back, I waited a few weeks, and I sent him another card, which I just got back, which is his 1965 Topps. So I love that he signed it like that, just because, like I said, that elongates his signature. You can kind of see even on a card like this. You know, I've sent in some cards. I've got a card at a Ricky Henderson private signing right now, his 1985 Topps, where I requested that he sign it. Even though it's a vertical card, I requested a horizontal signature because I thought it would look good. And you can just kind of say, I mean, they both look good, right? But only one of those is what I would just say his signature, what you might see on a check or something along those lines. So, again, very thankful for his time and that he took the time to sign. Speaking of great through the mail signers, this is Ryne Sandberg. We send him one card at a time, $10 cash, and we try to get 2 cards a month. And he does a tremendous job of signing. And speaking of horizontal cards, you see what I mean? I mean, this is obviously a card that I always tell people, don't send something you're worried or you think you might not get back. This was an expensive card. I mean, it's a little bit of a dinged up. This is a Desert Shield, Operation Desert Shield card. It's a card that started out overseas with our troops, was brought back and put into collections. And it's a highly sought after collection. And some of those you got to watch them. There's some forgeries and that kind of stuff too, particularly on the high end stuff. This card's got some soft corners, has some other issues. So I was able to get it at a relatively decent price. And I took a risk, sent it through the mail. Luckily, that risk paid off. I have this beautiful Sandberg signed Operation Desert Shield card. And, I mentioned that particular, there's another one. Vertical versus horizontal. Just go horizontal if you can, if you're not collecting them all like me. Speaking of collect them all, I do have the complete player run of Sandberg. So I've been working on some extra cards that were really Topps cards. This is a Topps archive card. I took particular interest in this card because even though he made his debut in 81, he may have had his Topps rookie done in 82. And if he had, this is, I think, large part what it would look like, which is why I like this card. You hear those what if cards or, the cards that were never made. This particular card would be his 1982 card. It does have a young Sandberg depicted in the photo. So like everything about it, that's one of the big reasons I sent it to him to have signed, which he graciously did. And like I said, it's a Topps Archives card. You can still kind of send those. Gotta love that they did not play in 1995 season when he briefly retired. Kind of makes you wonder what his final numbers would have been had he not retired. I certainly think he probably would have gone over 300 home runs and had some other things going for him. And then that brings me to my last card that I'm going to show off, just because college basketball season's right around the corner. Dick Vitale. A lot of people, some people, I don't want to say a lot, but some people aren't big fans of Vitale. They can't stand to listen to him. Of course, he's staple here in Kentucky with college basketball, him and his diaper dandies. Sent this card to him. He did not charge a fee. He sent this, and he actually sent another autograph back on his own postcard that talked about his book. But I really appreciate the fact, he fought a courageous battle with cancer and has announced that he's in remission, which is good. And so we sent him some well wishes. And then when he announced he was in a much better spot, that's when we sent a request for him to sign a card. And so grateful that he did that for us. Of course, he is a Hall of Famer as he inscribed it there. So I'm going to open up this Topps Chrome, and we'll go from there. All right, so now I'm going to go ahead, move this out of the way, and to celebrate Topps Chrome Day, I'm going to open up some Topps Chrome Platinum Anniversary Edition. I bought this at Barnes & Noble here locally. I've been carrying cards, and I have not seen any of this product opened. I'm sure it has been on channels. I just haven't had an opportunity to watch it. My understanding is I believe it's like a 1952 style cards. Looks like there's quite a few packs in there, which is awesome. There's 4 exclusive Prism Refractor parallel cards per box. And this particular, if you want to see the odds, the drill, you can pause it. But I think there's a pretty good shot for some autographs in this product. So I thought, hey, let's open some up. Probably gonna be some names that I don't recognize, but there's one that I do. So right off the top, we've got a nice Hall of Famer, Orlando Cepeda. I don't know if this would be a good product to get signed or not. It may be worth, you definitely would have to prepare it, but very cool start. I might try to send that off to him and see if he'll autograph it for us. We've got Christian Yelich. We've got Fred Lynn, not in the Hall of Fame, but a solid player. And then Braxton Garrett rookie card. And my guess is it'll probably tell you if it's refractor on the back. I mean, you should be able to see that or notice that. We will hopefully see some here. We're promised 4, right? We got Corbin Burns. I think there's a Hall of Famer, Ozzie Smith, back in his Padres days. Got JT Realmuto, and we got a numbered card. That's got to be good, right? This is numbered to 199. Another guy we've been opening. Ooh, that's fancy. Steve Carlton. I'm sure that's called something. Blue speckle, blue sparkle, freckle, who knows. But hey, I'll take it. That feels like an important card. Maybe Steve will sign that for us. I don't know what the odds are. I guess I'll have to look again after I do this video. But here we go with Victor Robles. We've got Franmil Reyes. This looks like one of our Prism Refractors at the back here. We've got Zach Pluzak. Stands. And hey, there's another Hall of Famer, and it is definitely shiny and prismy, and it's Gaylord Perry. So, yeah, you can't go wrong. We're hitting some cool, this is, if you like Hall of Famers, and particularly if you like shiny stuff, then that's kind of a weird combination, but it might be the product for you. So, we've got James Paxton. We've got Jose Ramirez. We've got Tommy La Stella. And maybe that's a refractor. And so the Gaylord's not numbered. We've got Jake Woodford. That definitely looks like a refractor there. Rookie card, St. Louis Cardinals. A few more packs to go. We've got a Yuli Gurriel. Oh, that's cool. There's a Babe Ruth, 1952 top style. I'll take that. Hey, there's another Hall of Famer, Fergie Jenkins. I'm gonna have to send some of these off and see what they look like signed. And then we got Mitch White. We've got Jordan Yamamoto. We've got a future Hall of Famer, I think, and Dusty Baker. Got a Xander Bogaerts, and we've got a Blake Taylor. I'm thinking that's the 4. There's going to be 4 of those in the box. But there's definitely a prism-y refractorness to it. We've got Patrick Corbin. Hey, old friend Mitch Moreland, former Texas Ranger. Got Mike Moustakas and Danny Santana. Interestingly, not numbered. So, blue prism, former Texas Ranger. It's an interesting set list or checklist here. Got Jay Buhner, recently had his number retired. Luis Garcia, former Ranger Hanser Alberto, and Ryan Howard. This will be our last pack. I think we've hit our 4 prism refractors. Hit the blue ones count? No, looks like there's another fancy one back there. So we've got Joe Carter, World Series hero. Isaac Paredes. Another Braxton Garrett. That one looks a little extra refractory. And then we've got Trevor Bauer. So, pretty interesting prospect. Pretty interesting, if I can spit it out. Pretty interesting opening there. Project, that's the word I was looking for, by Topps. So, if you see any out, it's not cheap, but pretty good little rip for sure. So, I hope everyone has a great day, and we will see you next time.
Go guys, come on now. It's in there, it's in there, it's in there. Yeah.